I'm back in business, everyone, and today we're going to be reviewing a spooky One Piece movie. Now, whenever you think Halloween and One Piece, you think I'm going to be talking about the Thriller Bark arc, which makes sense. I do know One Piece fans who like to rewatch the entire Thriller Bark arc during the Halloween season. It's funny, some anime has one episode where they're dedicated to a Halloween episode. One Piece has a whole arc that's just Halloween stuff. But that's a lot of episodes to watch. We're just going to focus on one movie. A movie that came out even before the Thriller Bark arc that I think makes a pretty good Halloween movie to watch, so long as you're looking for anime Halloween stuff to watch around the season. Now, One Piece, of course, has a lot of movies. And while I love a lot of these movies that are quite high rated, the one we're going to be talking about is One Piece, Baron Omatsuri, and the Secret Island, which is also pretty high rated, considering that I don't often see many people talking about this One Piece movie whenever they talk about like really good One Piece movies for them to watch. But I mean, number 6 on the highest rated One Piece movies? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. To be honest, I'd expect this movie to be a little bit lower rated amongst other One Piece movies, not because it's bad. It's definitely not a bad movie, but just because it's very not One Piece-like. There's a lot of things about this movie that just don't feel like you're watching a One Piece movie. The first thing that people always mention is the fact that the animation style is completely different. It's actually the same animation style that they used with, you know, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time or Mirai, and, you know, it's no wonder because the animation director worked on both of those movies, and I actually personally love that animation style, but it's definitely a more slender, rough, and very free-flowing animation style, and in some instances it can look even a little bit jarring, a little bit spooky, which I think kind of fits for this type of movie. Another thing about this movie that really does not fit the One Piece criteria is the fact that it's not very shonen-like. You don't get a lot of those one-on-one fights with all the crew fighting the other crew one-on-one. You get one punch at the end of the movie. It is a very satisfying punch, though. I have no doubt that the animators who were working on the Sabadia Capello arc took some inspiration from this movie, because it is kind of that similar animation style with the tall and lanky, rough movements, but also that punch is very similar to this punch. In a lot of ways, this movie was kind of ahead of its time. It came out in 2005, before Thriller Bark, of course. Before One Piece really explored extremely dark themes. I mean, there was some dark stuff in there every now and then, but overall One Piece was a very happy, motivational anime, all about, you know, defeating bad guys. And then you got this movie that took a really dark turn with the characters and the idea of what if Luffy lost his crew? How would he respond to that? How would he be able to go on without the people that he cares about the most? All of that before they got separated in the anime, before, you know, Luffy lost his brother. Spoiler, I guess. Even more so, there's a character in this movie that basically has observational haki. There's this little girl who can like hear these voices no one else can hear and basically has enhanced senses. And that was before like haki was a thing in One Piece. It's very strange. Anyway, I guess we should talk more so about what the actual plot of the movie is. So the movie starts off with the Straw Hat crew finding this island that serves as a resort for pirates. Now there are all kinds of fun games to play on the island, which of course Luffy partakes in, kind of forcing his crew to go along with it because Luffy just wants to have fun. Now, as I'm sure you can already imagine, this is a trap. Baron's crew that they had been doing these games with this whole time have actually been slowly drifting the Straw Hats apart in an effort to capture them and use their souls to keep the crewmates alive because Baron's crewmates are all dead. Now, as far as like keeping them alive, I don't even think that it's a devil fruit. I think he just is using the power of Satan or something. Like I said, this is not a very One Piece movie, but I'm into it, of course. I mean, people who like pirate stories like the idea of like ghost ships and spooky islands filled with zombies. This kind of fits into that same idea. Baron, however, is the one surviving crew member who is using this lily carnation to keep these copies of his crew members alive. The only thing is, it needs sacrifice to keep it going, which is why he set up this island in order to capture pirate crews and use, like I said, basically use their souls to keep his copies alive so he can continue living and having fun with his crew members. Now, once Luffy finds out that all his crew members have been captured and are basically being used as sacrifices to the Lily Carnation, he believes that they are already dead because the Baron basically lies to him to make him give up his will to live. And it seems like Luffy is just gonna go with it for a while there. It looks like he's just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just die. Until he's saved by other people who have been trapped on the island, including the not hockey but kind of hockey little girl, who then explains to him that Baron lied and she can still hear the voices of his crew members and they're calling out for him to save them. So he goes to destroy the Lily Carnation, where he believes that his crewmates will be released from, only to find out that that's not really the Lily Carnation. Baron has had it on his shoulder the whole time. And the fake Lily Carnation turns into a bunch of arrows, which destroy Luffy, in what is, in fact, a very spooky, scary scene that does not shy from equipping some horror-like imagery. Basically, Luffy turns into a zombie for a few seconds, but he's still alive. It's a very One Piece-like moment, I will say, having Luffy covered in arrows and getting up, still trying to walk towards Baron, still trying to get his crew back. Because basically, in every one-on-one Luffy fight, he always gets his ass beat and then just willpowers through it until he wins. It's that persistence that's a very Luffy trait. Now, Luffy does not beat the Lily Carnation. He's actually saved by a side character who has his own character arc of becoming brave. And by some miracle, he's able to fire an arrow and hit the Lily Carnation, releasing Luffy from all the arrows with his eyes closed, to which then we get this very satisfying punch. And Baron instantly dies, or commits suicide, I don't know, it's kind of unclear at the end. But you know what, fuck that guy, he deserved it. And then of course Luffy gets his crewmates back, and we get the nice ending of, haha, we did it, we defeated the bad guy, and we scared the shit out of the kids who are watching this movie thinking that it was going to be a fun adventure. So there is kind of a Pleasure Island type of lesson that's learned in this movie. The idea of Luffy being so childish that he actually puts his crewmates in danger is kind of similar to the Foxy Pirate arc, only less stupid. But it points out a lot of Luffy's flaws as a captain and gives him the opportunity to take responsibility for those flaws, which does feel pretty satisfying, especially when the audience can constantly get frustrated with our main character for being so incompetent at times. Despite the fact that this doesn't really feel like a One Piece film, and of course it's not canon in One Piece, it's kind of just this spin-off movie, that doesn't make it bad. And obviously people agree with me, as this is the 6th highest rated One Piece movie out there, but it's overall pretty well put together. And I do think that because of its spooky and dark themes, it makes for a pretty good Halloween watch. If you are, of course, a One Piece fan. You don't even have to be very far in the One Piece series to watch the movie either, because, you know, this came out in 2005. This is before a lot of characters joined the crew. But if you are a One Piece fan and haven't seen this movie, I'd recommend it. Go check it out. And if you have already seen it, let me know what you think. Do you think it's a good Halloween watch? Do you think it's a good movie in general? Do you like the fact that it's so different, or do you hate the fact that it's so different from normal One Piece content? Definitely let me know what you think down below in the comments section. If you did enjoy my little review of it, leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more spooky Halloween reviews for this month, or if you just would like to see more videos from me in the future. I'd be honored to have you aboard my subscriptions. So till then, I'll see you next time. Bye!